High priestess in the building, didn't let my fears kill me. Transmuting my pain in that cleanse in the rain. Down out, I was working and I conquered my demons. I accepted my purpose and the goddess I became. Time you got to stop trying to be that ride or die for everyone. Your loyalty is to everybody else but your fucking self, and that's where you are messing up at.
And that's the problem. And that's the problem, because again, there's nothing wrong with loyalty. There's nothing wrong with respect. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with all of that you have as a person. But if that person is not feeding that back to you,
right,
then stop putting in more than what you get now, because now you become a giver to somebody who's a taker.
Right.
You giving and they taking, you giving and they taking, you giving, they taking. There's no return. There's no, if you want to talk financial, there's no rate of return of interest on that, because again, now you are now you're dealing with a liability instead of an access.
Right.
And that we got too many people in relationships that are liabilities instead of access, because you're holding on to some stuff, or you're dealing with people who are liabilities. Right. And it's like, no, I'm not doing that, because like you said, you work too hard to get here emotionally and physically. Right. Okay. Right. Before anything else, emotionally and physically, you work too hard to get here. You had to fight yourself. You had to fight. You don't know how many times I had to fight myself.
Right.
To get here. How many demons I had to fight? How many, so you don't know how many relations, you don't know how the fight that, what that was in me.
Right.
So it's like when I say I'm going hard in the paint, like Kobe on game night, I'm going to do that with all that, because, hey, and it's just the way it is. I mean, besides him being my favorite basketball player, I love his love for the game and the way he did it. And regardless of what it is, you went out and did it, win or lose. So my thing is, my mental is, if we're going to grind together, then grind together. If we're going to build together, let's build together. Ain't no 50-50. No, I need 100 from you, because I'm going to give 100 from me. And we're going to take that 200 and we're going to turn that 200 and multiply it into 1,000, and take that 1,000 and multiply it to 10,000. Whatever it is that we got to do, we're going to do it together.
Right.
Together.
Right.
And as a man, that needs to be the ultimate goal of the mindset of a man who wants to be a difference maker.
Right.
If you want to be the change that you need to see, if you want to be if you want to be a light, or you want to be important, or you want to feel like you want to make a difference in your children's lives, right, so your son and your daughter can see, regardless of how the relationship between you is with the mother of your child. Because I can't stand that baby mama, baby stuff. Listen, it's that right there. Ugh. No, mother, father, the mother of your child. Is because if y'all didn't get along for whatever reason, then guess what? You do right by your child.
Right.
And to you sisters who making it hard for these brothers who are supposed to be there, stop making it hard for them. Now, I know they deadbeats out here. I'm not talking about the deadbeats, but I'm talking about the ones that's doing right. Yeah, you and him ain't get along. Yeah, whatever. But y'all got a damn child together. So let's raise the child together and do what you're supposed to do, so he or she don't repeat the same cycle that y'all went through.
Right.
Break that curse. Break that curse.
Another podcast.
Generational curses. Right. What needs to be broken?
Right.
Period.
Right.
Look, period.
I believe in it. I believe in co-parenting.
Yeah.
And that's why I say, men and women, you need to look at how this person treats their kids, treats the mother or father of those kids.
Yep.
One of those things that I don't respect any man that don't take care of his kids.
Mm-hmm.
I know there's situations, but I think even men or women in the dating phase, you need to understand who this person is as a parent.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord.
Lies ain't gonna go forever. So you will see how this person is. And I don't think, for me personally, I can't respect any man that doesn't take care of his kids. I don't respect no woman who don't take care of her kids.
That part.
I believe in sacrifice as a parent. I have sacrificed a lot to be a mother and for my daughter to have certain things in her life. And I wouldn't take that back. I wouldn't go back and change it for the world, because it made her life better. So I believe as a parent, you do need to sacrifice for your kids. There's a lot of parents that are selfish, and it's like, well, me in this moment, and it's like, no, that's not what you sign up for.
Yeah, we're
sign
good.
up to be a parent. That's what a parent is.
Yep.
The sacrifice is them first. I'm sorry, you put them first,
Yep.
and then you make time for yourself. But there's no guarantees for anyone to be your the second parent. There's no guarantees for people to babysit for you. There's no guarantees for people to help
No,
you out when you ain't got
no,
money.
no, definitely not.
The people
Definitely.
around you are your support. They're not your, they're not the end all be all. And if you got a little support, then you're lucky. You know,
That's it.
I have these conversations all the time. I'm like, stop just running with people because unfortunately, this is why the dynamic is what it is, and it just keeps going on, and you just got a bunch of hurt people fucking out here doing whatever, and then you got the kids, the products of it are the children.
Ooh, hurt people that continue to hurt people because
Now you
they
got
want
hurt offspring.
to. Oh man, that's it, and that's what you're creating. That's what you're creating. Hurt people, and they turn around and have hurt offspring. Exactly what they create.
Right.
And they so and watch this. They go from victim to villain.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah.
now they the one out. Now they the one out here. What you call it? It ain't
Right.
just hurt people. Hurt people. They
Right.
go from victim because they hurt. Now they want to hurt somebody else. Now they become the villain.
Right. And I've seen it on both ends. I have seen where, of course, like I say, my daughter's father chose not to be in his daughter's life. That was his choice. I never took her away to where he didn't have access.
Right.
Now I did watch my brother though go for the pull, the push and pull with his daughter, with his first baby mom, and the shit with his second relationship. And even though
Mm-hmm.
they had to work through their stuff, but that push and pull, that using the children, I saw that firsthand of how women do that, and it's rough. It is rough to see that because there's nothing. Men are very limited on the
Very,
support that they
very,
get in court.
very.
The mom has to really be like caught on tape, drugs, and I mean it got to be like bad before they take the kids from these mothers. It's ridiculous of how bad it has to be before they take the kids away from the mom. And
Right.
I'm to an
Right.
extent, I'm
Right.
like, men do need more support in this way, and I hope that changes. I hope that men get more support when it comes to fighting for their children, because I have seen some men just don't have no help and just are
Yeah.
really trying to be there for their
Yeah.
child, but that
And
bitter
I hate
baby
it for 'em.
mama, that
Yep.
bitter woman would
Yep.
rather use the child as this token to hurt you.
Yep.
And that's one of the worst things that I have witnessed in other women around me. And I do feel like that's where we have to step up and call people out on their bullshit. Because
Yep.
one of the things that I learned in healing was that I was turning my cheek to a lot of shit around me. And
Mm.
on so many levels, I always turn my cheek because you're trying to keep the peace. You're trying to keep the dysfunctional families together.
Yes.
At
Yes.
some point,
Yes.
we got to stop protecting people. We got to stop pretending this shit ain't going on, and we got to stop just saying, well, that's just them, or well, that's all we can do, and well,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
that's I could do in that situation.
Because it's selfish, and I understand. Trust me, I understand, ladies. I understand, ladies. First of all, what you go, what you have, you know, emotionally had to go through with some of the things that you had to deal with, some of the wrong men. I get that, but what happens is you shortchange yourself, and you allow yourself to get so messed up that, again, like I said earlier, when the right man comes along, you treat him like crap, or you treat him like the other guy because you think, well, I'm not about to give him, he's not about to, get the upper hand on me. So you want to be 3, 4 steps ahead of him. And then you wonder why y'all not on the same level, because you too far ahead of him already. You put it in your mind that what you're not going to do. I get that it's important to guard your heart. But at some point in time, you cannot stay behind those walls forever.
Right.
So you have to build. So again, for all my saved people, you have to continue to trust God and not yourself.
Right.
Okay. Right. Because at the end of the day, find your scripture, and I'm find your scripture that makes sense to help you with that healing part, to help you understand how to do that.
Right.
Now, for those who are not my saved folk, my advice is this right here. Take what you already know, that you already been dealing with, that that's facts. Take all your facts Get out of yourself. Don't get out of yourself as much as you can, and look at the facts of what it really is, and look at yourself. Look at what you've done. Look, ask yourself, where did I mess up? Because if sometimes you might have had a hand in that,
Right.
and if you did, admit to your hand,
Right.
but clean it up.
Right.
Clean that crap up, and like, you know what? Okay, I'm gonna fix this. I'm gonna do better. I'm gonna work on me. So work on you, boo. Work
Right.
on you, fellas. Same thing. It's the same thing. We have to stop treating women as if they just a piece of pawn. Like, get out of this, male macho, you know, ego thing that I got something to prove, especially to my 40 and up. Your
Right. Ain't shit.
testosterone ain't there, your shit done dropping, and you ain't pumping like you used to, and all
Right.
this. But I get that. I know some stuff slowed down. I know some stuff ain't work good. I know your knees ain't as strong as it is.
Right.
I know your little papa arms ain't like it used to be. But stop allowing yourself to get so egotistic to the point to where you feel like you got something to prove. No,
Right.
you are still here for a reason, and you got a purpose in life.
Right.
Figure it out. If you ain't already figured it out,
Right.
do what's necessary, and produce a healthy lifestyle that allows you to make healthy choices.
Right.
And
Right.
stop because we jacked up.
Well,
Listen, brothers, sometimes we jack our own self up, and we
mhm.
got to stop doing that. I mean, again, there's some great brothers out here, but we just got to figure it out, man. Because again, not all men are bad, not all women are bad. It's just that we just make bad choices and bad decisions, and let certain things go on too long. So whatever it is that's going on too long, guess what? It has an expiration date to it. And
Right.
some of our relationships and our past relationship are past its expiration date,
Right.
and we holding on to stuff that watch this, that God say let it go. If God tell you let it go, let it go. Just let it go. You know, but some people feel like, I don't want to do that because it's been so hard. I get that, but guess what? It's hurting you like hell.
Right.
It's doing more hurt than
Right.
harm.
Well, in that respect, a lot of people with that hurt and that pain, it also is because for them to let it go, they have to be accountable.
Got to be.
And they have to own up to the part that they played in it. And a lot of people ain't willing to look at
Have
that
to.
truth. They're
You
not
have
willing to look at that and be like, yeah, I knew this was over a long. You know what I mean? Like I knew I've been hanging on to this shit. I've been holding on to these crumbs. I've been holding on to this situation. I've been at this job way too fucking long.
way too long, like way past your time. Because one thing I say is when it comes to relationships, that I'm gonna tell you like this. This is one thing I know. When it comes to breakups, women, a woman will break up with you in their mind, mentally, before she break up with a man physically.
Right. Yep.
And fellas, if you don't believe it, for those who are in those messed up relationships, check how things been going lately.
Yeah.
A woman will break up with a man mentally
Right.
before she break up with him physically.
When that
Yeah, she's there, she's still hanging around,
right.
but it ain't the same.
When that woman get quiet,
Whoop, come on, hello.
when she doesn't respond the same way when you do shit,
If
when
you
she
think it's like, yeah,
can't
come on,
argue at you
come on,
anymore,
come
when
on,
she
come
doesn't
on,
send you
come on,
paragraphs
come
anymore
on,
and she
come
says,
on.
okay,
Yeah, or thumbs up, hit that thumb, hit you with the
uh-huh,
thumb up.
thumbs up, okay, all right, got
Yep,
it. You
sure.
know what I mean?
You
Because
look, you look, you right.
you right. When a woman starts saying you right, you just know it's done. Like
Well,
she
listen,
can
you better go ahead. If you living with her, you better go ahead and start looking for another place to stay.
because it's true. A woman that she starts to just detach, and she
Yep,
has to do it that way
she
because
has to.
the love is there, the emotions are there, and those emotions keep you real stuck with someone. But your mind starts to just be like, "This is how I have to detach," and this is, and as soon as the first thing is she starts getting quiet on shit, she start getting quiet. That's your first sign that she's starting to check out.
she gone. She checking out. When they check out,
and
it's hard to bring that one back.
And it's only so long that someone doesn't catch her attention. And then that starts to pull her away.
Yes, it will. And they've done that because I've been there. I've been a catcher. I've been a catcher.
Yeah.
And when I caught it, she started pouring. What's going on? I'm like, wow. But
some of the best things I've ever heard about relationships, and again, I'm someone who has been on a healing path. So since I've been healing, I have not been in a relationship because I have taken time to put into myself.
You have to
really
myself. You have
and I said, if this is the options that are coming to me, I don't want to date nobody because I want to make sure the next person I date is healed like I am. Because I believe that what's within is what comes to you out on the outside. I need to be who I want to be.